Today I am with you again to share how to replant and restore orchids that have faded flowers, signs of shriveled leaves and wilted leaves. You can see that the leaves are wrinkled, weak, even shriveled. This is a sign that the plant is exhausted after flowering. If we do not intervene in time, orchids like this will find it very difficult to continue to exist according to their life cycle. The flowers have finished blooming, the flowers have all fallen, causing the plant to lose strength and easily fall into a state of withering if not properly cared for. Now, we will begin the process of restoring the plant. First, we remove the plant from the pot. You will observe that the roots are still fresh but have been disturbed quite a lot. Next, we will proceed to remove all the roots to process step by step. This growing medium is suitable for the environment in a greenhouse, where humidity and temperature are controlled. But when we bring the plant out into the natural environment, if we leave it as it is, the plant will not adapt. If you are new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button to support me, and so you don't miss any orchid care tips. It's great to have you along on this journey. Therefore, we must remove all the old growing medium, clean the roots to prepare for replanting in a dry, airy growing medium environment, suitable for natural conditions. That's it, we have removed all the roots and growing medium. Now, we will take the plant out and proceed to the next step. For the next part, we will use scissors to handle the roots. We will cut off all the rotten and damaged roots. The fresh roots at the bottom will be kept, but the rotten parts at the top must be removed immediately. Otherwise it will spread to other healthy roots and weaken the plant. Next, we will cut off the flower stem. This flower stem is dry, withered, and no longer able to flower or reproduce. So we cut it off completely so that the plant does not lose strength. Thus, we have cleaned up the old flower stem, helping the plant to be lighter and recover faster. First, we use clean water to wash the plant. After taking care of the roots and the growing medium, we will use a water hose to spray gently into all the crevices, leaf axils, and hard-to-clean areas. This is where mold and dirt often reside. If not treated carefully, the plant is very susceptible to disease. We spray until all the mold and dirt are completely washed away. Thus, our orchid has been cleaned. After washing, we rinse it again with clean water to ensure the plant is completely pure. With this treatment method, the orchids will be very effective, limiting fungal diseases and helping the plant grow healthily. After the cleaning step is complete, we will take the plant out and proceed to the next step. Here guys, we will use a lemon. Lemons contain a lot of vitamin C and minerals, have antibacterial and antifungal properties, and are also very effective in repelling insects. Now, we will use a knife to cut this lemon. We cut it in half to get half of the lemon for the next step. So we have 2 halves of fresh lemon. Next, we will take half of the lemon, squeeze it gently into a small glass to get the pure lemon juice. Here, we have obtained the nutrients from the lemon juice, ready for the next step. Next, we will prepare a clean container to mix the solution. We will pour in 1000 milliliters of clean water. What country are you watching this video from? Leave a comment to let me know. It's great that we can connect and chat with each other from all over the world. Next, we will take the lemon juice that we just squeezed. We use a teaspoon, scoop exactly 1 spoon of lemon juice into the water container. Then, we stir well to completely dissolve the lemon juice in the water, creating a natural treatment solution that is safe for orchids. And next, we will prepare a clean box to treat the plant. We put the box down, then put our entire orchid in from the base, the root collar, to the entire root system below. we put it in the box, making sure the plant is placed in the correct position without broken roots or crushed stems. When the entire orchid is in the box, we start adding the lemon juice that we prepared earlier. Lemon juice will help fight bacteria and fungi very strongly. At the same time, the amount of natural vitamins in lemon will stimulate the orchid to recover quickly, refresh the root tissue, and help the plant regain vitality. After adding lemon juice, we soak the entire orchid in this solution for about 30 minutes. During that time, the solution will penetrate each root crevice, clean the fungus, help the plant to be purified and ready for the next recovery step. For the next part, we will prepare a liter of clean water. We will use honey, a natural ingredient with very strong antibacterial and antifungal properties, and at the same time, like forest pollen, it helps the orchid to thrive, recover quickly, and stimulate the growth of young roots. Next, we'll take a teaspoon of honey and add it to the liter of water we have just prepared. Then we stir well so that the honey is completely dissolved in the water, creating a light nutrient solution, which is very good for the recovery process of the plant. Next, after soaking our orchid in the solution for about 30 minutes, we will gently take it out. Soaking in lemon juice is very effective in fighting bacteria and fungi, and also stimulates the orchid to recover faster. We will set the tree aside and continue with the next step. For the next part, we will prepare a clean container. Then, we put our entire orchid plant from the base, stem to the roots into the container. Once the plant is fixed in the container, we will proceed to soak the plant. At this time, we add honey water. Honey contains natural pollen from the forest, has antibacterial properties, regenerates tissue, helps the orchid to restore cells and revive very quickly. We will let the plant soak in this mixture for about 25 minutes so that the nutrients are absorbed evenly and have the best effect. After 25 minutes, we will gently lift the orchid out of the box. We will scoop the entire plant up to drain, thus completing our honey soaking process. The mixture of honey and natural pollen will help the root tips recover. The cell tissues will regenerate very quickly, helping the orchid to grow strongly and regain vitality. After scooping the plant out, we will set it aside to continue with the next processing step. In the next part, we will start replanting in a new pot. Our orchid, after being soaked in honey water containing sugar and natural pollen, has been kept very moist. The cell tissues are stimulated to regenerate quickly, helping the plant to revive strongly. Now we prepare a very airy pot, with many holes for drainage and oxygen circulation. Today we use pine bark, a very airy, clean, environmentally friendly growing medium, helping the orchid roots to grow healthily. First, we will put a layer of pine bark on the bottom of the pot. Next, we will slowly place the orchid in the correct position, then add more pine bark around. We will gently tap the pot so that the pine bark can penetrate the root crevices, helping the roots to be fixed and adhere firmly. Thus, we have finished planting a new orchid pot, clean, airy, technically correct. In the next part, we will cover the pot with a very thin layer of dry moss. The purpose of this moss layer is to help maintain stable moisture, create a soft and cool environment for young roots to take root faster and stimulate the orchid to develop a new root system strongly. Here, as you can see, just a thin layer is enough to keep the natural moisture for the plant without making the pot stuffy. Thus, we have completed the step of planting the plant and covering it with moss to retain moisture. With this method, our orchid will quickly recover, become green again, and soon sprout roots and leaves very strongly. Now, we will take the plant out into the garden, place it in a cool, airy area, away from direct sunlight so that the plant can gradually get used to the environment. After a day of stabilization, we continue to care for it according to the appropriate regimen so that the orchid can recover and grow stronger. Now we will start preparing a natural fertilizer to care for orchids. We use oats, a very good ingredient because it contains vitamin B, potassium, phosphorus, and many trace minerals that help stimulate roots and increase the resistance of plants. We will take 2 spoons of oats, put them in the container to start the mixing process. 2 spoons are enough to create a batch of nutrients suitable for orchids to grow well. Next, we will add 500 milliliters of clean filtered water. Then, we stir well to let the oats penetrate and dissolve the starch into the water, creating natural nutrients for the orchid. Once dissolved, we cover the lid and leave the mixture as is. After 3 hours, let the nutrients soak in completely. After 3 hours, the starch is completely dissolved into the water. We stir it again to make the nutrients even, then prepare a clean container. Next, we filter out all the residue, keeping only the clear nutrient-rich water. Thus, we have a container of pure oatmeal water ready to use to care for the orchid. Next, we will prepare a clean bottle, then pour the filtered oatmeal water inside. In the next step, we will spray this nutrient on the entire leaf surface. Foliar fertilization like this helps the orchid absorb very quickly. The top of the leaf is washed clean of dirt. The bottom is removed from mold and pathogens. Nutrients penetrate through the stomata and capillaries, helping the plant recover strongly and become green and clean again. We take care of it with this nutrient every 2 weeks to maintain stable growth. On normal days, we only need to water and mist to keep the leaves cool and the substrate moist enough. Then, instead of spraying, we can water the nutrients directly at the base to add more nutrients to the root system, helping the plant grow stronger. Next, we will prepare a clean spray bottle. We put the filtered oatmeal water into the bottle. Now we will water directly at the base, wetting the roots and the substrate evenly. This method of fertilizing through the roots helps the roots absorb nutrients faster, pumping them straight up to the stem and leaves, so that the orchid can photosynthesize well and grow strongly. Then, we will soak the pot for about 20 minutes. When enough time has passed, we gently lift the orchid out and take it out into the garden. During this period, we place the plant in a shady, airy area with gentle light. This helps the orchid stimulate the roots, photosynthesize, recover without being shocked by heat. Absolutely avoid direct sunlight shining directly on the leaves. There, we will leave the tree in its usual place in the garden, where it has adapted well before. After 3 weeks, our orchid has clearly changed. The leaves that were previously dull and slightly wrinkled have now healed, become shiny green and gradually become stronger. Thanks to the proper and regular care regimen, the plant has begun to recover naturally and is very healthy. After 3 weeks, we check the roots. New roots have popped up a lot on the edge of the pot. White, green, plump, and healthy, signaling that the plant has absorbed nutrients well and begun to enter the strong growth stage. This is an extremely positive signal. With our persistent and dedicated care, the orchid has completely revived. Once it has new roots, the orchid will recover extremely quickly. Hard leaves, strong stem, significantly increased resistance. Clean, bright leaves are the condition for the plant to photosynthesize well. Healthy roots will absorb nutrients strongly, helping the plant to grow stably and persistently. We will continue to care for the orchids with oat fertilizer so that the orchids can maintain their growth momentum, take stronger roots, and soon produce healthy buds and flower buds in the next stage. After 2 months of continuous care, our orchid has truly revived strongly. The leaves that were previously wilted and wrinkled have now returned to a state of being sturdy, thick, shiny, and lush green. The stems and leaves are growing strongly. New shoots are sprouting very quickly, signaling that the plant is entering a period of extremely good growth. More specifically, the plant has begun to sprout a new flower spike. This is the clearest sign that the orchid has completely recovered and is preparing for a brilliant flowering season. The flower spike emerges strongly from between the 2 leaves, very healthy and full of vitality. With regular, dedicated care and love put into each stage, the orchid has regained life from a weak, almost exhausted state, with thick, beautiful, shiny, and smooth leaves. Now we check the roots. The roots are white, strong, protruding above the edge of the pot, with roots crawling out of the pot. This is the most obvious sign of recovery. Once the plant has a strong root system like this, it will definitely continue to grow strongly. Sprout leaves, sprout shoots, and flower very well. Orchids with strong root systems will always be the most stable plants. Strong roots, thick leaves, strong shoots, even flower buds. We continue to maintain the care regime in the garden. Enough light, airy, no harsh sunlight, keep moisture stable, and change fertilizer periodically. As long as we continue to care with passion and perseverance, the orchid will give us brilliant flower seasons all year round. Green leaves, dense roots, and beautiful long-lasting flowers. I hope this video will help you take better care of your orchids at home. If you find it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on upcoming simple and natural orchid care tips.